Lee Summit is your destination for big city vibes and small town charm.
Head to the downtown Lee Summit Farmers Market, where local meets fresh. Then grab a cup of coffee and discover a variety of shops and boutiques just around the corner. Continue the fun in downtown Lee Summit at a retro arcade bar. Discover your new beer at one of our 6 locally owned breweries. Cool off with some handcrafted cocktails at happy hour. End the night with live music and good company. Lee Summit, Missouri.
Hello, Lee Summit. I'm Laura Ingeman, and this is your flash briefing for the week of August 12th. City Council meet for regular session Tuesday night at 6 in Council Chambers in City Hall. Meetings are open to the public or watch live on the city's YouTube channel. If you can't watch, catch the recorded meeting on demand on the YouTube channel or by subscribing to the Council Debrief newsletter, which breaks down 3 to 4 key agenda items. Subscribe at cityofls.net. Lee Summit Mayor Bill Baird will deliver the State of the City address on August 16th at the Missouri Innovation Campus at 1101 Northwest Innovation Parkway. The Lee Summit Chamber of Commerce is hosting the luncheon, beginning at 11 a.m. with the mayor's address scheduled to start at noon. The State of the City address will be live streamed on the city's YouTube channel. If you'd like to attend, the event is open to the public. For those wishing to purchase lunch, tickets are available for $30 by contacting the Lee Summit Chamber of Commerce at 816-524-2424. Help build a brighter future for Lee Summit. The city is seeking a talented senior staff or staff engineer to join our team, help manage the design of public infrastructure, and collaborate on exciting initiatives that will make an impact on the local level. If you have a passion for civil engineering and public service, this is your chance to shine. Apply today at lspeople.net. And have you checked out the Lee Summit Marketplace recently? Find great items like Lee Summit branded coffee mugs, Tervis tumblers, hats, and more. Show off your Lee Summit pride. Located in the lobby of City Hall, it's open 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. Thanks for listening and have a great week.
Traditionally, we think as police officers, those responding to law enforcement needs within the community. But honestly, we are there to serve our citizens, and our citizens do go into crisis. They do have mental health crises, and we're being called to those scenes on a regular basis. In order to help serve those citizens better, we did initiate the Crisis Intervention Team Program. These are officers that are specially trained to de-escalate crisis situations. Recently, we've brought co-responders onto the scene, licensed qualified mental health professionals housed within our police department, and they respond with those officers directly to those scenes where a crisis is occurring so they can interact with that citizen and get them the help they need right there on that scene.
The co-responders are either a bachelor or master level in a behavioral health related field. They wear plain clothes, they don't carry weapons or anything like that.
I have a police radio that I listen to all day. Listen for, those key words: mental health, behavioral health, crisis.
There's a lot of officers that just call for me. I have my own radio number.
I also have the ability to self-dispatch to them and say 982 is en route.
Officers en route, 914, Armstrong.
So typically I arrive after they've made it safe. I'll make contact and get kind of the rundown, and then I just kind of jump right in.
Like, hey, my name's Allison. I'm a mental health professional. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to take you to jail or arrest you.
Sometimes all a person needs is a voice, someone neutral, someone outside that, can listen. I do a lot of safety planning, including family, their support network, who's close to you. If they're home alone, who can come over and hang out with you today? Can we lock away your sharps? Can we put up your meds? Do you need meds? Can we get you over to the urgent care to get you assessed for your medications? Some of them also are like, oh, I'm so glad you came. This made me feel so much better.
Our main goal as the co-responders is to, one, get people connected to the services that they need, and also divert from emergency rooms and jails.
And they almost get a different view of the police responding. That lets me know you care and the officers care.
Please, how can I help you?
My husband has...
In 2020, we had 722 mental health related calls for service. 2022, by that time, 1,479. These mental health related calls for service are increasing. How we're responding to that is increasing the number of crisis intervention team officers we have available, as well as the number of co-responders we have available to respond on these calls.
So what I think is important for the community to know about the co-responder program is that we're here, we exist. All you have to do when you call 911 is ask for us. You know, say, hey, I want a co-responder to respond to this crisis, and we'll go. I was really struggling about 8 years ago on my personal journey with mental health, and I met some amazing social workers and amazing programs that have helped me get to where I am today. I really couldn't see myself doing anything else. We want to help, and that's what we love to do.
So I had a client, we got a call, she had some suicidal ideations, and she really felt that she had nobody. And you know, and getting to know her story and getting to know who comes around and sees you, well then we found a support person and they responded immediately and we made a plan. I called back and checked on her in an hour, and then I checked on her in 2 hours. We were able to get her into the additional services to where she talks to someone every week or more. I just took a person that really just thought they had nobody and nobody would show up for them, and show them you do. And you'll be amazed who is in your corner if you just simply say, I need a little help.
Councilmember Hodges.
Thank you. I love where you guys are coming from. You're local and you're all kind of coming together. But where I'm struggling with from the last time that we talked about this, I think it was maybe October.
I actually grew up in my district. We moved here my sophomore year in high school. My parents still live in the same house, and I just went through high school here and then have stayed in Lee Summit ever since. The neighborhood that my parents live in is Canterbury. My favorite thing, and I still do to this day, is I love to go running. They have the best sidewalks. I feel like you can go for days. So now I still get to do that. Since I live not too far from them, I get to use those same routes that I took during high school, and it's just fun. All right, let's see it, Jess. Come on. We're a big soccer family. I love sports, I love to watch sports, and it's even more fun to watch sports when my kids are in it. I coach my middle daughter Josie's team. I have since kindergarten. We do the basketball, we do softball, we're gonna do volleyball, and it's just so much fun. Something that I would like to accomplish while on city council is to get more family activities here. You know, I don't want to have to be driving my family to, say, the Kansas side or any other city but my own. And I want to be able to invest in our city and make family memories in our city.
Open the public hearing in the matter of K1 Speed, Diventures,
Crack Shack, Blue Jeans Golf.
Councilmember Hodges.
I just want to say thank you for bringing us to Lease Summit. I grew up at this. My grandpa would take us there, so I'm excited that now I can take my kids there.
Bill number 23-0, pre-construction services for the downtown Market Plaza project.
I am just as excited as everybody else about the downtown marketplace. I'm extremely excited about the community that it's going to bringing more family things to do to the city and right in the heart of it.
When you presented the numbers, the first time you came to us, it was 25.5%, and then a lot of
people were like, oh, being on council, it's not a lot of work, I think it was a bit of a surprise when there's so much info that you realize you just don't know. Even something as simple as sidewalks. It's like you don't realize how much goes into something like that. After a couple months, I'm like, okay, I'm finally, catching the groove of how things work, learning new things, but also feel like I've got some things under my belt as well. It's been a great experience so far.
Welcome, everyone. Would you please rise for the invocation and stay standing for the Pledge of Allegiance? Fred's not here, so does anybody want to do the invocation for me? Beto Lopez? Mayor Pro Tem?
Sure. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for allowing us to spend time tonight again to direct and guide our great community. Bless everyone in this room and those that can't be here, especially our council colleagues that are not here with us today. Keep them all safe in their travels, and let this meeting be productive for us and our citizens. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. God, indivisible. Okay, thank you. Welcome again, everyone. I'm calling to order the City of Lee Summit regular session number 12. Can I get a roll call, please?
Councilmember Hodges.
Here.
Councilmember DeMauro. Councilmember Pryor. Here. Councilmember Shields.
Here.
Councilmember Rader.
Present.
Councilmember Lovell. Councilmember Carlisle.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez.
Here.
Mayor Baird.
Here. Thank you. The first item on the agenda is the approval of the agenda. I have a motion to adopt by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote. Mayor Pro Tem Lopez, your vote?
Aye.
Thank you. All votes are in. Please record the vote. It passes 7-0. Thank you. Next is the approval of the consent agenda. I have a motion to adopt by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. Passes unanimously. Thank you. Next is Council Roundtable. These are items of general interest, things going on maybe in your district or community. Okay. Councilmember Pryor.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to tell everyone that if you guys have not seen the Fox 4 clip with Mayor Baird, then to go watch it because it's regarding the Jackson County property tax. So you did a good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. That would take us to public comments. We have Ms. Fallenweider with us this evening. Ms. Fallenweider?
This one?
Can we make sure we can get the dot cam in the back?
Teresa Vollenweider, 5201 Northeast Maybrook Road. I'll start with this so that we get this out of the way. This is the City of Lies Summit cartoon. This is what continually gets used to determine property lines. The City of Lies Summit used this because they don't have a signed and sealed survey that shows what they want to show and that is actually out there on the ground. Remember, the plan is merely a picture. The survey, what's on the ground, is the substance. These are Matthew Schlish's documents from the 5261 Northeast Maybrook Road Public Storm Sewer Improvement Construction Plans. This is a private storm sewer masquerading as a public storm sewer. Again, though, I'll show you, Matthew Schlish is a surveyor. He's a licensed surveyor in the state of Missouri. And this is a survey. He didn't sign and seal it, but it is one. And if you put this ruler there, to get to the power pole takes 5.5 inches, a little bit more. 1 inch equals 60 feet. That's about 330 feet. That's what it takes. The city wants to get to here, But to get to there, you got to have 370 feet. And that just ain't gonna happen. Interesting things on Matthew Schlish's documents. Fake, fraudulent property lines and corners. This is my 1 acre parcel. There is no corner here, there is no corner here, there is no line connecting those. That is fake. This line coming across and meeting up with that quarter line. This, no corner there, no corner in the middle of the road there. That is a fake property line, fraudulent. Now put your thinking caps on and figure out why he did that. You got a house here, you got a sanitary sewer line that needs to get over here to this sanitary sewer line. It needs to come in at a 90-degree angle. It should not come in from this direction because then the flow is going to be against the flow of the sanitary sewer line. That's going to cause problems.
All right, thank you, Ms. Vollenweider.
Don't forget, we had the house in the middle of the ball field on these plans, and that obviously is not where that house is located.
Okay, we're going to go on to proposed ordinances forwarded from committee. Councilmember Shields, would you please read Bill number 24-138?
Thank you, Mayor. I move for second reading of Bill number 24-138, an ordinance approving the use of a cooperative contract between Omnia Partners and Forms+Surfaces to purchase site furniture and furnishings as needed and authorizing city manager to execute and use the same by and on behalf of the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading, Bill number 24-138 by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It does move to second reading unanimously. Councilmember Shields, would you please read for adoption?
Thank you, Mayor. I now move for adoption of Bill number 24-138, an ordinance approving the use of a cooperative contract between Omnia Partners and Forms+Surfaces to purchase site furniture and furnishings as needed and authorizing the city manager to execute and use the same by and on behalf of the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-138 by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It does move, or it is adopted unanimously. Thank you. Next is Member Carlisle. Would you please read Bill number 24-139?
Thank you, Mayor. Bill number 24-139, an ordinance approving a lease purchase financing agreement between the City of Lee Summit and Clayton Holdings, LLC, for the purchase of new ambulances and authorizing the city manager to execute all documents necessary to effectuate the same by and on behalf of the city. Be second read.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading Bill number 24-139 by Councilmember Carlisle, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. Second reading unanimously. Councilmember Carlisle, would you please?
Thank you, Mayor. Bill number 24-139, an ordinance approving, a lease purchase financing agreement between the City of Lee Summit and Clayton Holdings, LLC for the purchase of new ambulances and authorizing the city manager to execute all documents necessary to effectuate the same by and on behalf of the city be adopted.
Thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-139 by Councilmember Carlisle, seconded by Councilmember Shields. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It's unanimously adopted. Thank you. Councilmember Rader, would you please read Bill number 24-140?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to second reading Bill number 24-140, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 BMW traffic enforcement motorcycles for the amount of $90,957.66 as a sole source agreement and authorizing the city manager to execute all related and necessary documents.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading Bill number 24-140 by Councilmember Rader, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It moves to second reading. Councilmember Rader, would you please?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to adopt Bill number 24-140, an ordinance authorizing the purchase of 3 BMW traffic enforcement motorcycles for the amount of $90,957.66 as a sole source agreement and authorizing the city manager to execute all related and necessary documents.
Thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-140 by Councilmember Rader, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. That bill is adopted unanimously. Thank you. Councilmember Pryor, would you please read Bill number 24-141?
Thank you, Mayor. I move to advance to a second reading, Bill number 24-141, an ordinance approving amendment number 1 to the budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, as adopted by ordinances 9936, 9937, 9938, 9939, and 9940 by amending the authorized expenditures for the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to move second reading, Bill number 24-141 by Councilmember Pryor, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It does move to second reading. Councilmember Pryor, would you please?
Thank you. I have moved for adoption, Bill number 24-141, an ordinance approving amendment number 1 to the budget for the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2025, as adopted by ordinance number 9936, 9937, 9938, 9939, and 9940 by amending the authorized expenditures for the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-141 by Councilmember Pryor, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. That bill is adopted unanimously. Thank you. Councilmember Hodges, would you please read Bill number 24-142?
Thank you. I move to second reading Bill number 24-142, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the City of Lee Summit for the use of Midwest High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award Funds.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading Bill number 24-142 by Councilmember Hodges, seconded by Councilmember Pryor. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. It moves to second reading. Councilmember Hodges, would you please?
I move for the adoption of Bill number 24-142, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a Memorandum of Understanding between the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the City of Lee Summit for the use of Midwest High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award Funds.
All right, thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-142 by Councilmember Hodges, seconded by Councilmember Shields. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. That bill is adopted unanimously. Thank you. And Councilmember Shields, would you please read Bill number 24-143?
Thank you, Mayor. I move for second reading of Bill number 24-143, an ordinance approving the execution of an addendum to the 2023 Memorandum of Understanding between the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the City of Lee Summit, Missouri for the use of Midwest High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award Funds and authorizing the mayor to execute the same on behalf of the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to move to second reading Bill number 24-143 by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Seeing none, please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Nope. Need one more vote. All votes are in. Please record the vote. Move to second reading unanimously. Councilmember Shields, would you please?
Thank you, Mayor. And I move for adoption of Bill number 24-143, an ordinance approving the execution of an addendum to the 2023 Memorandum of Understanding between the Kansas Bureau of Investigation and the City of Lee Summit, Missouri for the use of Midwest High-Intensity Drug Trafficking Area Award Funds and authorizing the mayor to execute the same on behalf of the city.
Thank you. We have a motion to adopt Bill number 24-143 by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Carlisle. Discussion? Please cast your vote.
Aye.
All votes are in. Please record the vote. Passes unanimously, and that bill is adopted. Thank you. Committee reports. Yes, Councilmember Shields.
We will have Rules Committee Thursday at 11:30 via Zoom, and I'm just disappointed that Councilmember DeMoro isn't here because we were going to finally talk about the video streaming of various committees and commissions. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Pryor.
Thank you, Mayor. So I am the liaison for BOAC, Board of Aeronautical Commissioners, and there was a meeting last week, and it was a very productive meeting. But they discussed renaming the airport. So I have staff prepared my little notes here, but it's renaming of the FBO and the airport. And some of the discussion, I know initially whenever it came before Public Works, we kind of decided we didn't love the Kansas City option. But with further discussion, talking about why they feel like the Kansas City option Kansas City is important to put in the name of the airport. Therefore, when you pull up a Google search, our airport will show up. If you pull up, Kansas City is the biggest city around us, so if you pull up a Kansas City airport, then that airport, our airport, will show up in a Google search. So it was a super productive meeting. They're going to be coming before council, I believe, in September, with a goal of getting it turned in to the FAA by October 1st. And then hopefully having the name completely done. They've given them a couple of different timelines, but hopefully the goal is to have it completely renamed by the World Cup. So, thank you.
Thank you. Now I'm curious what the name is.
Well, so they actually, I can tell you some names that were suggested. Let's see, this is the one that I felt like a lot of people really liked in that meeting, the Greater Kansas City Regional Airport. That way, and then.
Yes, we are. We are greater.
Other names, Mid-Continent Regional, that one didn't seem to be necessarily as popular. Kansas City Regional, that one didn't seem to be as popular as the Greater Kansas City. So, but they're going to narrow it down, and then I believe we get to vote on the final name, maybe September 21st? I don't know, somewhere in the 20s and in September. So.
Good. Since Councilmember Pryor gave the liaison report, I do have one of the council members that was at the EDC meeting. We had our first EDC meeting with the new board. Lots of people in the room. We elected new officers. So Michael Van Buskirk will become the chair. Bobby Olm Shipman with St. Luke's will become the vice chair. John Ellis will become the secretary. And Jackie McCormick-Hanu will become the treasurer. And then there wasn't a lot of activity other than the elections, but just having all of those people in the room, which would be all the schools, all the community partners, as in the DMO, Downtown Main Street, Chamber, having all of there's a lot of representation with colleges, UCM, MCC, and just, the board members that had actually applied for the positions and then gotten chosen. Everybody did a roundtable, and to be honest, it was the first time we've talked about economic development type stuff in a long, long, long time. And so it felt really, really good. So it was a very productive meeting. I think everybody was energized and looking forward to next steps. So right now there's still just one employee, so they are struggling with that side of it, but these first steps will help tremendously. Councilmember Shields.
Thank you, Mayor. I appreciate you giving that report. I thought it was a productive meeting as well. Other action items we discussed was establishing a finance committee, which I'm going to serve on with a couple other of the board members. And then also they're going to, for the next meeting, come up with a new invoicing structure and then start invoicing their members again. So I thought that between electing officers and moving forward with a plan for invoicing, it's definitely making progress on those steps that we had in our letter agreement with them. So I appreciated seeing all that progress. So thank you, Mayor.
Yep. Thanks for bringing those up. That's true. Okay. Council comments. Councilmember Rader.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to say that I hope that when people come in to speak, they have the opportunity to speak, and we want them to come in and tell us about their concerns. But I hope that in the future that they will be respectful, this body here works very hard to be fair and to do the right thing, and so does the city staff. So I don't think we should be called names or anything like that. So I want to make that statement, and thank you.
Thank you. I do want to, I think I'll say something since you said that about Jackson County. So Jackson County had a press conference, and during their conference, they talked about the tax assessments and the state commission's finding, and they sure did throw a lot of people under the bus. They said things that you shouldn't say about other elected officials. Said people were unethical and that everything was political, and they didn't name us, thankfully, but they named others, and they named the state commission in that, referenced them that way. And so whenever I was interviewed, I made sure I kept it all about policies, procedures, fairness, all the things that they're trying to achieve is what we want: fair, transparent, equitable. So I stuck to the issues. They didn't bring forth any resolution of any kind to that press conference. They all they did was come and blame everybody else. And so I just want everybody to know, from the public side of this, I can say to the citizens and such that we as a body in 45 days have to set our levy based on what they tell us the assessments are. And based on that unproductive press conference yesterday, there's going to be a lot of uncertainty. You know, I don't see them coming forward with any solutions, and I do think they should be calling the school districts and talking to them. They're one of the primary benefitors of the property tax. They should also be talking to us, because we want new construction on the tax rolls, as well as fair assessments for our citizens. And they do not communicate with us very well, if ever. And instead, they offer a press conference to criticize the findings of the state commission, which just really is not an appropriate response. So we'll see how the next 45 days go. But this, just for us, you know, we're just trying to look out for the very same citizens that we represent, that they represent, and they, as in Jackson County, are the ones that created this problem, not the schools and not the city and not the citizens. So they should be seeking solutions at this time. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but we have an assistant city manager before us tonight, Miss Donna Lake, taking the spot of Mr. Mark Dunning, who's out of town this week. So I will turn it over to you, Miss Lake, for Roundtable, staff Roundtable.
I actually have no items for Roundtable today, so
Okay.
I'd appreciate being here.
Very good. Want me to quiz you and ask you some questions? And do you remember your first night where you came before us and I asked you questions and you
Yes.
weren't ready?
Yes.
Really fun. She turned red, berry red.
A Wonderful Life. That's all I'm going to say.
It's Wonderful Life is the correct answer. That's right. Okay, well, will someone read us into closed session?
Mayor?
Councilmember Shields?
Yep. Pursuant to Section 610-21-1 of the revised statute of the state of Missouri pertaining to legal actions, causes of action, or litigation involving a public governmental body and any confidential or privileged communication between a public governmental body or its representatives and its attorneys, and pursuant to Section 610-21-2 of the revised statutes of the state of Missouri pertaining to the leasing, purchase, or sale of real estate by a public governmental body where public knowledge of the transaction might adversely affect the legal consideration. Therefore, I move for closed session.
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion moving to closed session by Councilmember Shields, seconded by Councilmember Hodges. Discussion? Seeing none, can I get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Shields?
Aye.
Councilmember Hodges?
Aye.
Councilmember Rader? Aye. Councilmember DeMauro is absent. Councilmember Lovell is absent. Councilmember Pryor?
Aye.
Councilmember Carlisle?
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Lopez?
Aye.
Mayor Baird?
Aye. Thank you all.